You are now listening to Smoke After Dark.
Our story begins between the city of Toluca, Mexico, and the town of Yucatan. Today, a highway stands where a once winding mountain road allowed passage between the towns. However, that passage was riddled with problems from the beginning. On one side of the narrow road were steep, vertical rocks that would surely kill anyone who landed on them. On the other side, an abyss, which at night was speculated by travelers as an opening to the wraths of hell. This road wasn't freshly paved, a bumpy ride for passengers. The trip was an overnight one. The driver would have to stay up into the wee hours of the morning without falling asleep to complete this journey. This was no easy task. When the bus reached the base of the mountain, many of the passengers had fallen asleep. Some of the passengers were regulars that traveled back and forth between the towns. If something was out of the ordinary, they would voice their concerns. But who would hear them? As the bus began the slow climb of the slope, rain began to trickle down. The storm was picking up by the time the bus had reached the highest peak of the mountain. The bus driver had done a good job of maneuvering the tight turns. As the bus descended further down the road, the storm raged on. The road had become entrenched with water, making the wheels on the bus loosen their grip. The bus began picking up speed, fast approaching a curve. A few passengers who had not been sleeping began calling out to the bus driver to slow down. Rumor has it, the bus driver didn't respond. Others have said the bus driver claimed the brakes were failing. Speculation has swirled that the bus driver was never there at all. Other rumors have been raised, but the most terrifying of all is the bus driver turned around to the passengers with a menacing look, glowing red eyes, and a grin. Then he said, "This is your last stop," before plunging over the curve into the valley of sharp rocks below. Many of the passengers were pronounced dead by impact, while the others lay there dying and crying for help, their screams echoing through the valley. In a matter of moments, the bus was engulfed in flames, and they were burned alive. When the bus didn't make it to the final destination, the police were called in to locate where the bus was. When the police did locate the bus, they witnessed the sheer horror of the scene. Dead bodies laid all around, some impaled, some charred from the burns, but no survivors remained among the gruesome scene. Or were there? To this day, sightings of the bus have been reported. Rumor has it if you are on that winding road between Toluca and Yucatan, Mexico at night, the bus will stop for you, if you have your hand out. When you approach the bus, the doors will open. The bus looks old, but in running order. Even if the bus appears full at first, there is always one open seat. If you dare sit on the bus, you will feel an emptiness in your stomach, a cold chill up your spine. The hairs on the back of your neck will stand up. Although late in the night, nobody is asleep. Nobody speaks. The bus conductor will walk down the aisle, checking tickets. You have your money ready to pay. but you are ignored. You arrive in Toluca, safe and sound. The driver pulls into the bus terminal and politely asks you to get off now. You offer to pay because you are kind, but the driver says your money is no good here. Please get off, or you will never leave this bus. Those who follow instructions get off the bus, hear the doors close, and the bus engine roar as it leaves the terminal. However, those who disobey are paralyzed from sheer horror as they see the bus as a shell of its former self. Burned from the flames of the fiery crash, skeletons of the former passengers litter each seat, peering at you from the windows. Rumor has it you will die in a few days in an accident. Your ghost will soon join the rest of those on the ghost bus for eternity. If you desire to travel and witness the ghost bus yourself, I caution you not to. However, if you do defy my warning, make sure you obey the instructions of the driver. Your soul depends on it. Today's story was inspired by AnamaAlien.com and their piece on the legend of Mexico's ghost bus. I will link that below. And also the legend of the multi-universe.fandom.com ghost bus under Folklore. And I will link that below.